In this video, I'll walk through step-by-step troubleshooting for a CELL200 Series cellular modem to restore communication with a Campbell Scientific data logger. I will show how to interpret the LEDs that indicate power, network, and signal statuses, SIM card insertion, confirming power sources for the modem and the data logger, communication ports, and settings for the modem, data logger, and LoggerNet. The CELL200 Series modems include 3 LEDs that indicate the current modem status. The LEDs indicate when the modem is functioning as expected and when there may be an issue such as communications loss or a weak signal strength. This table from the CELL200 Series manual explains the function of each LED. The power LED flashes green to indicate good network status. It flashes blue with signal traffic on the RS-232 or CSIO ports. It flashes red when the modem is in a low power state. The network LED flashes green when there is an authenticated connection with the cellular network. It flashes blue with signal traffic through the modem. It flashes red when there is an issue with the network or modem settings. The signal LED flashes green to indicate good modem signal strength, blue to indicate fair signal strength, or red to indicate marginal or no signal strength. If the LEDs indicate a network problem, remove the SIM card cover and verify the SIM card is oriented correctly with the gold contacts face down and locked into place. If the LEDs are not responding as expected, first confirm both the modem and data logger are receiving power using the modem internal web page. Connect a USB cable from the computer to the modem and browse to http://cell.linkttodevice.com or 192.168.86.1 if the link does not work. Check the state field for any power failures. The power field should show approximately 12 volts DC. If no voltage is shown, double-check the wire connections between the modem and data logger. If the modem is connected on the CSIO port, then it receives power from the data logger. However, if the modem is connected on the RS-232 port, the modem requires an external 9 to 30 volt DC power source. Next, check the data logger's battery voltage using the device configuration utility. Under the Data Monitor tab, confirm that battery voltage is present. If no power is detected, connect power to the data logger. Verify the battery field shows around 12 volts. For communications between the CELL200 Series modem and the data logger to occur, the correct ports must be connected between the devices using the correct cable type. For LoggerNet Series, CR6, and CR1000X data loggers, the 9-pin CSIO port on the CELL200 Series modem is connected to the 9-pin CSIO port on the data logger using a CSIO data cable. For LoggerNet Series, CR6, and CR1000X data loggers, the 9-pin RS-232 port on the CELL200 Series modem is connected to the RS-232 CPI port on the data logger using a CPI to RS-232 data cable. For CR300 Series data loggers, a 9-pin male-to-male RS-232 null modem cable is connected between the RS-230 port on the CELL200 Series and the 9-pin RS-232 port on the data logger. If the modem antenna is over 10 years old, it may not support 4G. Replace it with a compatible Campbell Scientific model. Campbell Scientific offers the following compatible antennas: a 2 dB 4G 3G multiband omnidirectional antenna with mounting hardware, a 4G 3G 9 dB MIMO cellular antenna with 2 Type-N socket female connectors, a 4G 3G cellular whip antenna with an SMA connector. Using a diversity antenna can improve system performance. It is often used in 4G networks, but not in 2G or 3G. Browse to the internal modem web page to enable the diversity antenna. Connect the USB cable to the modem. Go to http://cell.linkttodevice.com. Under Settings, enable Diversity Antenna. While I'm viewing the internal modem web page, I can check some additional modem settings. The APN or access point name must match the cellular provider requirements. The APN is found under Settings. Verify the APN is correct, then click Apply Changes. Also check that the modem mode is correct. For most configurations, this should be set to PPP. Modem mode is found under Settings. Change this setting to PPP unless a different setting is specifically called for. Under Status, I can check the OS or operating system of the modem. If the OS date is 2021-12-14 02.030 or newer, the modem should work in PPP mode with the data logger. If the modem has an older OS, the current OS file can be downloaded from www.campbellsci.com/downloads/cellular-modems. Once the new OS is downloaded, follow the instructions under OS Update to install the current OS. I can also view the cellular signal strength and quality under Status. A poor signal will cause unstable connections. Try to have a good or better value in the signal strength and signal quality fields. These tables from the CELL200 Series manual show signal strength and quality levels for different values. Like the modem, the data logger it is connected to must also be properly configured to function correctly. The data logger settings can be checked and modified using Device Configuration Utility, devconfig for short. Connect a USB cable between the data logger and a computer. Open devconfig and select the direct connection type. Click the drop-down arrow by the communication port to locate the data logger connection and select it. Click Connect. The data logger must be running a compatible OS to work with the modem. This table shows the minimum version of each data logger OS required to be compatible. The current OS is found under Deployment in the Data Logger tab. If the OS is older than the required OS, follow the instructions under Manage OS to update the data logger OS. Check the settings in the PPP tab next. The config port used should be set to CSIO, SDC8, or RS-232, depending on how the modem is connected to the data logger. The IP address should be 0.0.0.0. The username should be blank. The password should be not set or left blank. The modem dial string should also be blank. The modem dial response should be connect. If the data logger is running in PPP mode, then the public IP address will show on the PPP tab of the data logger. If the data logger doesn't have a public IP address, then the private address will display on the PPP tab. Next, confirm the LoggerNet settings match the network settings, PAC bus address, and port numbers. Open LoggerNet Setup and locate the network. Click the data logger to see the assigned PAC bus address. This must match the PAC bus address I saw earlier in devconfig. I can confirm I have the correct IP address and port number by clicking on the IP port. The default port is 6785. If any settings are different than what was seen in devconfig, they must be corrected. Click Apply after any changes are made. Finally, if a Connect PAC bus router is being used, ensure there is a PAC bus router branching off the PAC bus port, and ensure the PAC bus address of the PAC bus router has been entered. Typically, this value is 4070. See the CELL200 Series manual for details on setting up a Connect PAC bus router. Following these steps will solve most issues with a modem connection. If the issue persists, gather the APN, OS versions, and signal data. Then contact Campbell Scientific Support for more assistance.